Welcome guys, and today we are going to see at the 10th game. Uh, this game is played by Sadler, Matthew, and Krasenkow, Michael, in Germany in 1998. This is the Queen's Gambit Decline model game, game 10. Uh, and let's see how the game goes. This is a really an interesting game, guys. D4, D5, C4, E6, knight C3, C6, knight F3, DC4, A4, bishop B4, E3, B5, and bishop D2, A5, AB5, bishop C3, and bishop takes on C3. It was even possible to take with the B pawn after BC3 and then CB5. There will be knight E5, but the compensation is very weak here, so it was better to take with the bishop. So after CB5, B3, and bishop B7, bishop B takes C4, and here white after B takes C4 there is B4 here, but here white has another aggressive possibility, that is D5, that is D5. After knight F6, then BC4, then B4. White should give up the bishop pair here. Bishop takes F6, and after queen takes F6, there is queen A4 check, and after knight D7, this is a very aggressive approach for white, but practice has shown that he doesn't have much time here, so instead go D5. It's better to go after BC4 and B4 and bishop B2, knight F6, and bishop D3 and knight BD7. Here if black tries to eliminate the bishop pair by bishop E4, it wastes a tempo, and also gives away the defender of the queenside pawns for black. Then after castles and castles, actually we can see the contours of the thematic node boom variation here. White has a strong pawn mouse in the center, while black has two connected passed pawns in the queen side. The question is, of course, whether white's center supported by the bishop pair is worth more, or black's perilous pawn duo on the queen side. And rook e1. After rook e1, knight e4. Here Krasenkow decides naturally enough to step e3, e4, even though many others have chosen otherwise. The polished grandmaster gives a good example in this game how to block a white's center pawns. Knight d2, and after knight takes d2 and queen takes d2, knight c7, I'm sorry, queen c7, and c5. Actually this was a novelty in the 90s, but here e4 and e4 and black plays e5 would follow. After f5, this is a standard plan to stop the expansion of white's central pawns. Here e5 wouldn't do any good, and f3. F3 here. So here if at all white goes e5, I mean e4 is countered by f takes e4, and after bishop takes e4, bishop d5. Black puts bishop d5, and black has achieved his blockade on the light squares. So f3, knight f6, bishop c4. Here e4 is too early because of after f takes e4 and f takes e4, knight g4 and g3 on rook f3, and black gets a decisive initiative on the king side. Bishop d5 and bishop takes d5, and knight takes d5, e4 now. After e4, and this logical advance is not without its dangers for white. Preferable was rook a4. F takes, here f takes e4, f takes e4, knight f6, h3. White wants to eliminate the threat of knight g4. Here if at all d5, then knight g4, and after knight g4, and here queen takes c5 is coming, and after bishop d4, queen b5 was also an option for black. Here instead of knight g4, queen takes c5 check, and bishop d4 and queen b5 was also an option. So instead of moving h3, white could have gone rook, queen d1, keeping an eye on the g4 square, and also at the same time the a4 square is also guarded, so that the black pawns couldn't advance. Okay, at here white played h3, then after queen c6, to stop white's d4 d5 idea, queen d3. White wants to protect the e4 obviously, but black can set his queen side pawns into motion. He should have tried d5 instead. a4, d5. White employs the pawn sacrifice. Better late than never. ed5. Bishop takes f6. Queen takes f6. Queen takes d5. Check. Here after that, and queen f7 and c6. Now this is a tactical free for all, but black's passed pawns are more dangerous as they are connected. c7, b3 and c7, and rook fc8 and rook ac1, b2 here. White's version is beyond saving, and queen takes a8. Here it's a nice try, but even though white is losing, rook takes a8 and queen's pawn promotes, and after rook takes c8, rook takes c8 check, queen f8, Rook takes f8, king takes f8, and rook b1, a3, and this is a typical win for black in the node boom variation. King f2, king e7, king e3, a2, rook takes b2, and a1 queens. So I hope you would have enjoyed the game, guys. This was really an interesting game and also very illustrative. And I'll meet you in the next game. Thank you all.